we've got Federal Resources Minister, Senator Matt Canavan, who joins us live from Canberra. Matt, thank you very much for your time. Disgraceful at the very least, isn't it?
Well, look, thanks, Chris. I think it speaks for itself. I'm not intending to add commentary to it all. Chris, I just before Senator Jordan Steele made his contribution, I'd just come off a plane. I got down to Canberra a bit late this week because fires were right around my own home and community, and people that I know in my town have lost property and some lost houses potentially, or certainly some have. They're just returning to their homes the last couple of days. And look, I don't know. I don't understand why we have to resort to this. Natural disasters should be an opportunity for us to come together as a nation. They used to be. Surely we can put all our political disagreements aside and just do our best to care for people, help people who are responding. And I just got so much time for all those people who've helped fight fires. Those guys on the front line, they don't need this rubbish from people in Canberra.
Yeah, it is rubbish from certain people in Canberra, but I think the timing of it, as you are implying there, is what grates the most. The fires are still burning. He said that on the day that we have a level of catastrophic weather conditions in various parts of New South Wales and Sydney. And I just thought, what a time to deliver that bucketing, and where he threw both the government and, the major parties into the same pit. The timing is atrocious.
Yeah, look, I agree, but I'm not going to, I suppose, commit the same sin by hitting back at this stage. There'll be plenty of time for that. All I would say is none of us are perfect, right? None of us should try and be holier than thou on these sort of things. What we should be trying to do is help and support our fellow human beings. We saw a situation yesterday that was emerged that Get Up had put out an email asking, they've mentioned the bushfires and asked people to chip in $12 to their political campaigns. Wouldn't you have thought at this time you'd put out an email asking people to donate, to help those who are doing it tough right now and will need that support to recover? That's what I'm focused on doing. Glad today that the government has announced additional assistance for those that will be in that recovery phase, for those who have lost property. We'll be working with those communities to rebuild. We will rebuild. We've faced these sort of circumstances before as a country, and we'll rise up again. There
is a single consolation when it comes to natural disasters and fire fronts in this country. The people, perfect strangers, will go in and bat and risk their own lives to protect the property of someone in their district. It is quite awe-inspiring, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. There's someone from my hometown, Billy Geddes, who's written a piece. I think he wrote it on social media, but it's been printed in the Courier Mail today. It shows that bravery. He's out there helping people he doesn't know and supporting them. And sometimes it's a shame that people don't always get to talk to their neighbours, but for situations like this. But there's always silver linings in life, and I know our community up there at Yeppoon has come together enormously through this crisis, and it will be a stronger and tougher community for it. I lived here in Canberra when the 2003 bushfires hit, and likewise, Canberra came together in a fantastic way during that event. And it surprises me. It's only 16 years. And I feel a bit old now, Chris, but I say back in my day, 16 years ago, we'd come together as a nation, right?
Yep.
And there wasn't any of this silly debate. We just, people are doing it tough, people have lost homes, let's help out, let's roll our sleeves up. Let's just try and get back to that.
Yeah, let's try and get back to that. I've got to say, though, as a city person, although I've spent time in the bush, as a city person, when I hear that certain districts have this foreboding aura about them, that is, well, there are spot fires in my district right now, it's coming up a valley, it's almost to my property, and we've heard reports of that right across New South Wales and Queensland in the past week. It's an experience that no city person would truly understand, but you, as a rural individual, a property owner, you would understand that very clearly. It is a foreboding feeling, isn't it?
Well, look, it is. The fire that was in Yeppoon started just around the corner from my house on Saturday afternoon. And look, it's funny in those sort of circumstances. All humans are the same. You get in and get stuck in, so you don't think about it too much. And I think that's the same for people. We saw in Sydney yesterday, a suburb there. Fortunately, the worst was averted, but got very, very close. I was talking to Barnaby last night. He's literally, trying to defend his family's property. He sent me a photo of fire just on the ridgeline. They could see it, and that's I suppose it is foreboding for, and I'm not in that situation, but for in those circumstances where you don't have a lot of entry and exit points from those sort of properties. You don't know where the fire will go, and you don't have a lot of support. You're often on your own. So because there's so many fires going on around the country, but you know, the thousands of Australians are just everyday heroes over these last few days, and it shows what a great country we live in.
Yeah, and not to mention, not just neighbours, but also the professional and the volunteer firefighters. You cannot say enough about their heroics.
Yeah, look, as I say, it's unfortunate. It takes times like this for us to reflect sometimes on how lucky we are, but how great a country do we have, that we have so many thousands of people that volunteer and put their own lives on the line to help others. That's what we should be celebrating right now. I'm sure we will continue to honour those people in the weeks to come. And then we'll also help people recover and rebuild and get beyond these tragic circumstances.
Yeah. Senator Matt Canavan, thank you very much for your time this afternoon.
Thanks so much, Chris.